The cool breeze of early autumn rustled the leaves around them, whispering secrets only the wind could understand. Beneath a sprawling oak tree sat two boys, their laughter echoing through the quiet park. One, with hair the color of midnight and eyes like glistening pools of obsidian. The other, his features as delicate as porcelain, his gaze as bright and warm as the midday sun. This was the setting for their first date, an afternoon that promised to be nothing more than a simple picnic. Yet fate, it seemed, had other plans. The air grew heavy with unspoken emotions, the laughter fading into comfortable silence. It was Haruki who broke the quiet first, his voice barely a whisper. "Do you remember the first time we met?" His question hung in the air, drawing a soft smile from Ren. "How could I forget?" Ren replied, his eyes twinkling with mirth. "You tripped over your own feet and fell right into my arms." Haruki blushed. The memory still fresh in his mind. He had been so clumsy, so awkward, yet Ren had not laughed at him, only offered a helping hand and a kind smile. That day, something in Haruki shifted. A spark ignited, and he knew he had found someone special. But life, as it often does, had a way of testing their budding connection. As the months passed, Ren became busier, his presence in Haruki's life becoming more fleeting than a summer breeze. The laughter and whispered promises under the oak tree were replaced by hurried goodbyes at the train station. The ache of empty streets where Ren once walked, the ghost of his touch lingering on Haruki's skin. Years rolled by like fallen leaves, each one carrying with it fragments of memories they had shared. Then one crisp autumn afternoon, just as the leaves began their fiery descent, he had come seeking answers, hoping to mend the fractured pieces of his heart. But what he found instead was a revelation that shook him to his core. Ren sat beneath the very same tree. A single tear. Haruki watched, hidden among the trees. As Ren spoke into the phone, his voice strained. "I'm sorry, but I can't come back now," Ren whispered, the words tearing at Haruki's soul. "I know it hurts, but you must understand. This is for the best. We're better off without each other." With that, he ended the call, collapsing onto the ground, his shoulders shaking with suppressed sobs. Haruki's heart shattered into a million pieces, each one sharp enough to pierce the thick walls he had built around his emotions. Why? What had he done to deserve this? The questions echoed in his mind, finding no answers in the rustling leaves or the chirping birds. He had loved Ren with all his heart. Hadn't that been enough? In that moment of despair, Haruki made a decision. He would win Ren back, no matter the cost. He would show him the depth of his affection, the unwavering support he offered. Haruki's determination was a beacon guiding him through the dark days ahead. He poured all his energy into his work, striving for excellence in every endeavor. He excelled in his studies, immersing himself in books, poring over pages filled with stories of love and adventure. He threw himself into sports, pushing his body to its limits, the rhythmic pounding of his feet against the hard court floor. With each step, he grew stronger, more resilient, more determined to win back Ren's love. Yet amidst his triumphs, there were moments when the weight of Ren's absence pressed down on him, threatening to crush him. In those times, he found solace in the small things, a shared joke. They kept him going, reminding him of the love they had once shared. Meanwhile, Ren was navigating his own journey, a path fraught with challenges and uncertainties. The city lights blurred into streaks of gold and crimson as Ren sped through the neon-lit streets. The engine's roar a counterpoint to the turmoil in his heart. Each mile he covered brought him closer to his destination, a place he both dreaded and yearned for. The apartment stood before him, its windows like vacant eyes staring back. With a deep breath, Ren stepped inside, the silence enveloping him like a shroud. Empty rooms echoed with unspoken words, the kitchen table holding only ghosts of meals they had shared. The weight of the past pressed down on him, suffocating him with memories. He wandered to the balcony, the cool night, air balm on his heated skin. Gazing up at the star-studded sky, he whispered, "Haruki, I'm back." His voice trembled, but the stars remained silent, offering no answers, no solace. Days turned into weeks, the city's vibrant tapestry weaving its magic around Ren, slowly drawing him back into its rhythm. He threw himself into his work, seeking refuge in the structured routine. Yet even here, Haruki's presence lingered, a phantom limb that ached with his absence. Every completed project, every satisfied client, every proud smile was a testament to his resilience. "I'm trying." One evening, as the city's skyline blazed with hues of orange and purple, Ren found himself drawn to a familiar park. The sprawling oak tree stood majestically, its branches reaching out like welcoming arms. With a mix of trepidation and hope, Ren approached the tree, his heart pounding against his ribs. Could this be the moment he had been waiting for? Would Haruki be there? As he rounded the trunk of the tree, his eyes met Haruki's. The years had been kind to his first love, but it was the familiar sparkle in his eyes, the endearing smile that crinkled the corners of his eyes, that made Ren's heart skip a beat. It was Haruki, yet not the boy he had left behind. Time had etched lines of maturity on his face, had deepened the intensity of his gaze. And yet, beneath it all, Ren saw the same Haruki he had known and loved. They stood there, lost in the sea of emotions that threatened to engulf them. The years of longing, the pain of separation, the hope of a reunion, it was all too much to bear. Finally, it was Haruki who broke the silence. His voice, though tinged with emotion, was steady. "Ren, I have something to tell you." As Haruki spoke, memories flooded back, each word stirring emotions that had been dormant for so long. He told Ren about his journey, his struggles, his triumphs, his unwavering love that had endured the test of time. The words tumbled out of him, a torrent of emotions unleashed. And Ren listened, captivated, his heart aching with each syllable. When Haruki finally fell silent, Ren took a deep breath, his eyes searching Haruki's. "I love you, Haruki," he whispered, the words carrying the weight of years of unspoken feelings. "I've loved you since the moment we met." Haruki's response was immediate and heartfelt. "I love you too, Ren." Their eyes locked, and in that shared gaze, they found solace, understanding, love. It was a love that had weathered the storms of time, that had grown stronger with each passing year. A love that was destined to be, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, they made a pact. A promise to face the future together, hand in hand. The years of separation, the moments of doubt, the pain of longing were all forgotten in that moment. All that mattered was the love that bound them, the future that awaited them. Hand in hand, they walked into the night, the city lights twinkling like stars fallen to earth. The road ahead might hold challenges, might be marred by uncertainties, but they were ready. Together they would face whatever lay ahead, their love serving as their compass, guiding them through the darkness, leading them towards a future filled with promise and hope. And so their story continued, not at the frantic pace of youth, but with the steady rhythm of a love that had matured with time, a love that had proven its strength, a love that was theirs, a love story that whispered promises beneath an old oak tree. The story of their love, however, did not end there. Fate, it seemed, had more chapters to write, more lessons to teach, more moments to etch in their shared memory. Little did they know that around every corner, behind every smiling face, a new adventure, a new challenge, a new facet of their love awaited them. Their story, much like the endless pages of a book, was far from over. It was merely continuing, evolving, becoming a tale that would be whispered through generations. A love story that began beneath an oak tree,